So, I just finished watching the first episode of season 8 from The Real Housewives of Potomac. And let me tell you one thing. My thirst still needs to be quenched because I want to know how it keeps going on. I want to watch the next episode. I cannot wait until next week, but I have to, and that's fine. They did a phenomenal job of entertaining me, of quenching my thirst a little bit, of making me raise all of the eyebrow hairs that I have on my face, whilst discussing a few topics that I will get into in this recap. I have the episode playing in the background so I do not miss out on any details as I go with this recap. All in all, A+, amazing. The girls clocked in. They understood the assignment. Sadly, it can't compare. Like, the Atlanta ladies for season 15 just can't compare to this already. And not only Atlanta, but all of the franchises. The Real Housewives of Potomac is one of my faves, but let me stop rambling and let us get right into this recap. We start off with the season 8 trailer. We have a little preview of what's gonna be going on. And as everybody knows, the episode starts off with Miss Robyn Dixon and her husband, her now again husband, Juan, at home. He just came home from doing whatever. Mr. Juan Dixon, I have a few choice words for you. But Miss Robyn Dixon, you are truly a delusional woman, and I pray that you see your beautiful worth and leave this bum. The stories that he's spewing to her about the things that he did, and just today, when the premiere was airing, Twitter was blowing up with new photo evidence about the woman that looks like Karen, that Karen described to us in season 7. And you might not believe it, but Karen was right. She does, in fact, look like a younger version of Karen. Same beauty mall, same face. Anyways, Robyn's like, well, it's been a couple of crazy days. Juan's like, yeah, about all of these news outlets reporting on us. And Robyn is definitely trying to dominate this conversation and maneuvering it in a way that makes the audience think that everything between the two of them is fine. But he keeps going on about how he's a good guy. He just wanted to help out that lady who lost her wallet in the casino. He is trying to act his way out of this. And it's crazy to me how he is trying to be all loved up to her now all of a sudden on camera, when we have never seen him kissing up on her in the last couple of years. So production definitely told them, you better show us something this season going on in your marriage, or you will lose this check. You will lose the spot, and you will be reduced to a friend of role. I can very well imagine that they did that with the both of them. But anyways, he is trying to lie and gaslight his way out of this, and Robyn's trying to, pretty much dominate the conversation, as I already said. A flop of a convo. We then jump on to Wendy, Candace, and Karen meeting up for lunch, discussing the whole thing with that happened with Robyn. And one thing about it, Karen at 60 years old looks better than 90% of the rest of these housewives that are half her age. Body snatched, face snatched, outfit is serving, wig is laid, the makeup is on and lightweight, skin is skinning, amazing. She and Candace and Wendy get together for some drinks. They discuss how, Robyn needs to definitely take some accountability. Because last year, the thing that she did was deflect, lie and lie and lie, and cover up, cover up. She was on Candace. She was on Wendy. She was on Karen. And now that everything's laid out on the table with the marriage with the marriage problems of Robyn and Juan, Karen, Candace, and Wendy are like, well, to move forward, she definitely needs to take accountability. We have a little flashback back to the reunion. We are definitely experiencing a very clear divide in Potomac. We have Karen, Candace, and Wendy. So the dream team, in my opinion. And then we have Charisse, Ashley, Gizelle, and Robyn on I will call it the other team because I don't want to be rude in my first recap for Potomac. I will keep it lightweight. But Candace is also talking about how Gizelle, tried to portray that whole thing about Chris trying to get her with it, quote unquote, to maybe pursue something sexual in a way, allegedly. Which is just, if Gizelle did feel uncomfortable, I don't want to take that away from her, especially as a male individual. But to pull straight up many little white lies out of her behind, that is, to me, very damaging to Chris and crazy, especially seeing how the whole of social media is trying to also promote this other bum ass saying that she got pregnant by Chris and that they were in communication, which also very much false and debunked. But anyways, after this little dinner that this trio is having, we jump to Miss Ashley. Miss Ashley is in her new house. She has a very sea life vibe type of style in her home. It honestly is not my favorite look of interior design. In my opinion, it looks a bit dated, but I can definitely see that it did lit up the mood of the home with the lighter colors, I guess. If Ashley likes it, I love it. She's then out on her veranda. I do not know how to pronounce that word. FaceTiming Gizelle. They're talking about how maybe potentially some delusions are in Robyn's brain about Mr. Juan. And then we jump to Mrs. Gizelle Bryant at home cooking up some salmon with her new boy toy, Jason from Winter House. Let me tell you something. He is a very handsome, nice young man. A nice build. Height is on fleek. Hair is laid down. The skin is skinning. The muscles are muscling. He's a very nice catch, Gizelle. I will need to give her that. They definitely make a cute little situation. She's obviously 16 years younger, which I don't think matters at all. But there's also some rumors going around of him maybe potentially being sexually a little fluid, which, not to assume anyone's sexuality. First of all, that's his business. Second of all, I just did. And third of all, that would be not the end of the world at all. I need to check up on the latest news if the two of them are still, involved with each other, because they broke the news to us that he's living up there in New York. She's down here in Potomac. They are trying to see each other every other week. He comes down there, she goes up there once in a while. She's getting some action. She even mentioned how the West Wing, has seen some things that haven't been seen in a lot of years. So I'm very happy for her that she's getting some. And her daughters are actually very harsh critics of this man. They're like, he definitely needs to still work his way up to an a door, or I don't know which daughter it is. She's like, he's at an A minus. And also when the two of them did the confessional, Gizelle and her daughter, they look identical. Her daughters are stunning. Let me tell you, they are beautiful women, and they will probably grow up to be the baddies of Potomac. Okay? Face card never declines. So after they are out here making some sushi with the chef, because Jason from Winter House is I think, type some sort of professional chef or a sous chef. He's teaching them how to make sushi. It's actually a very lovely scene. It's nice that we get to see Gizelle actually, for once, show us a bit of her functioning love life. So happy for Jizzy. After Gizelle, we jump to Miss Mia Thornton. And tell me why I have the feeling that Mia is probably not gonna get on my nerves as much as she did last season. She is, even if it's only, or even if it's partially because of the cameras, she's actually taking some accountability. She's like, well, this year has happened. This year, a lot of shit had happened. A lot of shit went down. Gordon and I lost all of our money. She's keeping it very real, very 100. She's like, we moved from an 11,000 square foot home to a 1,500 square foot apartment. So basically, they sized down about 10 times. And I can't imagine how much of an ego death that probably was for the both of them. She has definitely a little bit more of a humble, excuse my English, of a humble air around her. She's recalling the fact that they've been locked out of the business that they both built with Gordon's brothers. She's not the marketing manager anymore. She's also, kind of spilling some tea about Gordon getting into some type of pit, a little depression, him being 2 months on the couch. But she's definitely determined to get back up there, financially speaking. And I think this is the beginning of her being checked out of this marriage, because at his age, I imagine it might not be as encouraging to have this fresh slate, this very forced fresh slate. Gordon's telling us how he's sitting on $500,000, and he definitely doesn't want to miss out on that. And the both of them are definitely, this is the beginning of the end, as I might say. But Mia's also saying how she is trying to quit hard liquor because last year around she did some pretty dumbass things, which I agree 100%. And it looks as if Miss Mia is trying to human up a bit, which I'm very, very excited and happy about to see how that whole journey is gonna go on. I saw her and Wendy in the preview for this season holding hands, holding fingers a bit, having a cute moment. So I'm all here for this redemption thing, accountability era of Miss Mia Thornton. So after that, we jump to Miss Candace and Chris having a little picnic in the park. They are, recalling how Candace has been on tour and that how much money she's actually spent on tour. And she spent a little over 6 figures to perform for 3 months, which I'm not very familiar with the music business and the numbers of it all. She just said that she's very thankful for labels and that they have some money to give and splash around. So it definitely helps with that. But she says that eventually the goal is to make profit in form of merchandise, in form of ticket sales. And I definitely see Candace having a musical career that is a little bit bigger than this, than only like opening or closing for Tamar Braxton. I really do hope and wish that for her, that she does end up getting bigger. And the shame in all of this is that so many Bravo celebrities just afterwards or during just don't pull through with their business ventures. But I definitely see Candace as a very ambitious woman, and she's definitely out here to make it big in the music industry. So, after this cute little picnic that Candace and Chris have had, we jump to Gizelle hosting a little backyard, front yard situation with Charisse and Ashley. With a little champagne, a little nice charcuterie board, because they are about to call out the delusions of Miss Robyn Dixon. And let me break down this very long scene for you, because actually in this scene, the stills for next episode happened at the end of the scene, and it felt like the episode was just going on for about 30 minutes and that was the end. But then I checked the time and it was insane. The episode was flying away from me so fast. But that's besides the point. Charisse and Ashley get to Gizelle's house whilst almost simultaneously breaking all of their bones in their body. I am exaggerating. But Ashley's like, well, damn, how come Gizelle cannot have a day of completion on her home? Every time something is broken, something needs fixing, something needs an upgrade, and her, the way to her backyard, I think backyard, is a very slippery, slopey slide. And when Robyn arrives, she actually says, "You need stairs, bitch." So that was funny. Anyways, before Robyn comes around, Charisse, and let me tell you something about Miss Charisse Jordan, baby. We gave Charisse so much crap about her. In the iconic words of the Brooke Ashley, one of my favorite YouTubers and content creators on YouTube, we gave her so much crap about her crunchy wigs and her t-shirts from Target. Charisse's hair was laid, it was styled, the makeup was on point, the face was fierce, the outfit was outfitting, she looked sophisticated, she looked classy, she looked stylish. Charisse's outfit in this episode was definitely very, very nice. So let's applaud Miss Charisse for definitely taking in the feedback and putting in the work style-wise. But anyways, as I was saying, the three of them get together beforehand and kind of discuss and already in an anxious manner try to come up with a way to break to Robyn that basically she should stop getting disrespected like that from Juan and actually start respecting herself. Hence the help of Charisse and Ashley, since the four of them are very close, and Charisse and Ashley have gone through very similar situations with their ex-husbands. Charisse's whole mess, she was cheated on left and right, poor thing. And Ashley, that whole Michael Darby mess. I don't even need to recount it on this recap because I think we'd be here until tomorrow morning. And I definitely do not have time because I have school in the morning, okay? So, anyways, Robyn arrives. Robyn has a cute, nice dress on. I also like the long blonde hair. She sits down. Gizelle pours her up a little glass of champagne. And she's like, well, this is for the special guests here today. And Robyn's like, wait, why, special guests? What's happening? And pretty much Gizelle opens up with Gizelle saying, Robyn, I love you. This is just a little sit down to basically give you some tough love. So Ashley chimes in. Robyn is already very defensive in her nature. And Ashley basically confronts Robyn with the question, did you tell me the actual truth about what had happened with Juan? Because first I messaged you when this whole story broke, and then actually even more details arose to the surface, and now I'm out here questioning that Robyn, give me the truth. Were those two incidents separate? What went down? What truly happened? So Robyn is recounting pretty much one-on-one what Mr. Juan Dixon said to her at home, or I guess what he decided to lie allegedly to her, and she recounts the story, and he gave this woman he signed the papers at the hotel because she lost the wallet in the casino, and that he was at the nail salon with his very good friend Brianna, or whatever her name is, that he's known for 3 years now, that's been on his staff, and every single one of Candace, Charisse, and Gizelle is looking at her crazy. They're trying to talk some sense to her. Charisse is actually out here crying because she says, it really hurts my heart to see you in this because it opens up a wound for me that makes me feel whatever you're experiencing right now. I'm not saying it's the same. It looks as if it's a similar experience as to what I had. And I had given my ex so many passes, so many second chances, and after all of that was done, he went out the door and left me. So Charisse actually gave very good input into this conversation, but still it cannot get through that cement head of hers because Robyn is just so super defensive. I think she's stuck around him for long enough. I definitely saw her in this situation get very defensive, emotional, sad, and angry all at once. And those are the emotions that make the situation, I think, so unbearable for her. She at one point even says that the joy has been taken from her because of all these tabloids, and that this is not Juan's fault. And Gizelle even, and I was surprised in this because Gizelle and Robyn are the closest duo in all of Potomac. They're always going to stick up for each other. But what I appreciated in this scene that Jizzy, the name Jizzy is too much. I started and I'm never going to stop. I'm sorry. Gizelle, what I appreciate is that she actually called her out in a loving manner. She was very sensible and sensitive with it because she was like, well, it actually is Juan's fault that he did this, and you can be mad. It's fine to be mad. And Robyn's like, well, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to divorce him? Do you want me to scream at him all day? And this type of reaction, this type of deflection, this type of, this behavior is that she exhibits at this get together. She's trying to come off as composed as ever, but obviously she's getting very, very defensive about it all, which is fine. It's her marriage. It's definitely her way. Maybe it needs one good time to realize, another scandal to realize that she is better than this. And I really wish for Robyn, and yes, we gave Robyn a lot of shit, and yes, it's fun to hate on these housewives that sometimes behave like dogs or behave like clowns. But at the end of the day, nobody wants to see Robyn fail herself. Nobody wants to see a beautiful woman, because Robyn has good sides to her, a beautiful woman disregard herself like that and keep going after a bum like Juan, because he is a bum. And I will be, talking about it until the season ends and until he really truly does put in the work to repair what he has done. I don't see it for them, to be honest. And Robyn, if you're listening to this, which you probably aren't because my videos get like 50 to 1,500 views, which is fine for now. But Robyn, if you're listening to this, there's so many men out there that would treat you like a princess that you truly are in the inside. So not to get too corny on here, but get out of these delusions, open your eyes, and open your horizons. Juan is not all there is, and stop getting manipulated by this man, because he is gaslighting you into oblivion. Anyways, we get a little preview for the next episode, because that was it. That's actually the end. I can't believe I have been recording this for 40 minutes. I will need to cut down a little. We get a little preview for the next episode, and it seems as if when meeting Nneka at a little barbecue or little backyard event, when Robyn arrives, she seems pissed at Charisse, Ashley, and Gizelle, which is surprising, because at the end of this little get-together that they had in episode 1, she seemed fine. But I guess either she went home and told Juan, and now he's upset, and now it's making her upset. Something along those lines of, I don't know what pissed her off. But it's definitely sad to see her going so hard for a man who will and did disappoint like this. But yeah, just some love and some maybe harsh words for Miss Robyn Dixon. But anyways, you guys, I am very excited to meet Miss Nneka next episode. I don't have the vocabulary to express how excited I am for me to have the Real Housewives of Potomac on air for the next 4 months. You cannot understand how excited I am. Potomac is my favorite franchise right now. Yes, I started with Atlanta. Atlanta is also amazing, but Potomac is very much my favorite franchise right now, because I think they bring just so much to the table. And yeah, I am so excited to see what this season is going to bring us. But that's it. That's it for my first ever Potomac recap, and that's for my first ever recap on season 8. So definitely please like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, please subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. In the iconic words of Nene Leakes. Please tell me your thoughts about this episode. Let's get into discussion, and hit the notification bell down below so you do not miss out on any other future recaps that I will upload. I recap Potomac, Beverly Hills, Salt Lake City, and Miami. And if I'm in the mood for it, I will get into starting to watch Married to Medicine. Maybe not tonight, maybe tomorrow, because I am tired. Today drained me. But yeah. So thanks for the support. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.